Good morning, manifestors. Hi, my name is Amy Konda, and welcome to my channel. Thank you for stopping by. It is a beautiful Sunday morning here in Iowa, except for the fact that I am severely allergic, look at this, to ragweed, and it is ragweed season. So if I'm constantly dabbing at my eyes, I'm not crying. I am just weepy from stinking allergies. So I have been posting videos about manifesting and how it worked for me. It actually freaking worked. So I thought I would go back and sort of go back to basics as to how I did that. I started doing my manifesting experiment this summer by using autosuggestion. And what that is where you repeat the change that you want in your life 100 times a day. And how I would do it, I started out by just repeating the same phrase, and I was working on finances. So I would use my fingers, and I would 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then I would start with this finger, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then I would keep my thumb on that finger so I knew that that was the second time I did it. And then I would go to the third and then run through them again, and then the fourth and the fifth. And then after the fifth time, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I would start over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then I could keep track of how many tens I had done it, so I would do it for 100 times. The point of doing that, I found out through my experiment, even though you maybe don't believe it at first, like mine was money comes to me easily and abundantly. And I would say that 100 times using my finger method. And although I just don't think repeating something like that is going to make something magically appear, it does have a purpose. And that purpose is to make that feel familiar to your brain. The words feel more comfortable coming out of your mouth or being said in your brain. And then after that gets to feel more comfortable, then you can move on to the next step, which is feeling it. When I was reading this morning, I came across a passage that said, when you are setting a goal and, make it tangible and say it positively as if you already have it, that's the thing that always intrigues me. Because if I was repeating that, but I didn't believe it, how is that going to work? Even if I said, oh, yes, I believe it, I knew in the back of my head I really didn't. And so that is the one piece that just, I think that little nugget, that one sentence is actually huge. So that's why I started this experiment. And then when I was repeating it, my brain did start to change. I didn't really act as if, because I didn't know how to do that. How do I act as if I have all this if I don't already have it? That's a conundrum. But the repeating it made it more comfortable. It made it easier for me to believe. And there was a shift. The passage I was reading said, if you start to act as if, your body will follow. And I still think that that is a very big shift that people don't talk about. Like, I've watched a lot of videos about manifesting, and everybody's like, just really believe it and imagine it and blah, 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 blah. That is really fucking hard to do. If you don't have a ton of money, it is hard to feel like you have a ton of money. And so that's why I started this experiment. And guess what? It worked. I was like the world's biggest skeptic, and it worked. And my thought on it was, what do you have to lose? What do I have to lose in trying this to see if it works? Like, I didn't have to tell anybody I was doing it. If I was going to look like an idiot and a fool and go, okay, well, that didn't fucking work. I didn't have to tell anybody. So that's why I tried the experiment, and it did work. So I'm kind of going back and restarting to explain how I did it. So I started with repeating, and I repeated about money. And also at the same time in the background, I was also working on my body image, because like a lot of women, I have a terrible body image. I have struggled with a eating disorder my entire adult life. And I mean, there's a whole psychology about that I can't get into in a 5-minute video, but I was sick and tired of having that hang over my head. And it was not even about the eating so much as it was about how I would see myself in the mirror and how I just was tired of not feeling good about myself. So I started repeating a message. After I would do my finance thing, I would do my body image one, and I started out repeating that I was at a certain weight, which is really stupid because I'm thin. I'm 5'9" and 140 pounds usually, and that's just stupid. I'm thin. But for some reason, that was the only thing I could think of to start with. So I did start repeating that. And the next video, I will talk about how that changed my mindset. And like I said, what have you got to lose to try it? You can take 5 minutes a day to repeat something to yourself that you want in your life, a change. Just make it positive, like you already have it. Money comes to me abundantly and easily. I have a ton of money. I have this amount of money. Whatever you want it to be, try it. Just try it. Try repeating it 100 times a day. And don't even worry about having to believe it. Just try it. And then my next video, I'm going to talk about how that changed for me. So, what have you got to lose? Join me in some manifesting awesomeness. So, have a great day. It is a beautiful Sunday out, and I love you guys. Thanks a lot.